What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and it is Sunday, March 29th, 2026. Summertime in Europe. And we are at the Kaagbaan, runway 24, primary runway for departures. Wind is expected to pick up as the day progresses. It's still very calm, but what wind there is blowing from the west, southwest. It's going to stay dry, although later in the day tonight rain is expected, a bit similar to what it was the day before yesterday, last time we were here. Not sure if you guys already checked flight radar. Not sure if you guys checked flight radar already, but I'm very happy because Delta is at Schiphol with an A350, flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Should depart pretty soon. Should depart from runway 24, and that's an A350. First time in a long time that we're seeing an A350 in today's show, so I'm looking forward to that. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Sunday. The sun is shining over here, as you guys can see. Calm weather. So let's start the show. Marja, goedenavond. Wolfgang, good morning. And good morning to everybody else. Buddy, good morning. Floris, Bobbers, Erik, Marcus, Michael. Good morning to you all. Graham, good morning. Jayodi, good morning. Manzi, good morning. Honda, good morning. Leo, goedemorgen. Louis, good morning. Bom dia. Maison Albers, good morning. Connie, goedemorgen. Jurg, goedemorgen. Good morning, mate. Good to see you again. Xbox drummer Ari, goedemorgen. Good morning. Mara Naomi, good morning. Peter K, goedemorgen. Good morning. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Thought I also saw... Yeah, Vero is here. Hans probably too. Good morning, guys. Yeah, Hans also here. Eucardo, good morning. Peter K. Who else? Then I also saw... Oh yeah, Veerboot. Hey, and Edward renewed his membership. Edward Sprout, goedemorgen, good morning. Thank you for renewing your membership. Thanks for your vote of confidence, mate. Welcome back in the lounge. We kept your seat warm. Jillard also there. Goedemorgen, Jillard. Good to see ya. Pascal, goedemorgen. Good morning, everybody. Right, I hope I didn't forget anybody. Let's scroll back. Let's see. KLM Flight 713 to Paramaribo is lining up. That's a 777-300ER. Diverging departures in progress. Kees, goedemorgen. Mieke, goedemorgen. Chernobyl, good evening, mate. Marijke, goedemorgen. Dirk, goedemorgen. Good morning, Sarah. And Chinese characters, good morning. Jan, goedemorgen. Membership anniversaries, 3 of them I counted. Marcus is celebrating 9 months. Louise is celebrating 21 months. And Monzi is celebrating 11 months of membership. Thank you all 3 so much for your long-lasting support. I hope that all of you still are enjoying the lounge and the emojis. If you're running tired of certain emojis, do let us know, because it's going to take a long time before new emoji slots will become available, but we can always see if old ones can retire in favor of new ones. So by all means, hit me up if you have any ideas. Always looking for improvements. Blackburst, goedemorgen. Marijke, welcome back. Marijke renewing her membership. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Marijke. We kept your seat warm. Welcome back. It's good to have you again. Warm welcome to everybody. It's a lovely Sunday here. As you guys can see, blue skies all over, although here and there a few clouds, most of which are now west of us, land inward. And this is looking to the south, this is looking to the east, land inward. That's the clearest. Most cloudy is now looking to the west, southwest, west mostly. It should get more cloudy as the day progresses. I hope it's not going to be for a while. The sun luckily is on the other side in the sky, so it's probably going to take a few hours before it's starting to get really, well, a few hours is maybe optimistic. Hey, firefighters are also over there. Although we cannot see them directly, we can see evidence of their activity. Joey, goedemorgen. Jovax, good morning. Philip is cool, goedemorgen. VDB, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, everybody. Daniel, goedemorgen. Hope everybody is doing well. Is KLM Flight 161 already on the move? It at least has been pushed back. Not sure if it's already taxiing. Think it just has been pushed back moments ago. Delta A350, I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's been a long time. Adi Martin, goedemorgen kerel. Al Mustafa, good morning. Ron Organ Music, goedemorgen, good morning. Tuning in from Hungary. Welcome to the show, mate. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It isn't mandatory. You can always stay in Lurkers Lounge, but it is always appreciated if people say hi. Don't be afraid to do so. Many people are watching, they're all friendly. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. There's no such thing as a stupid question. BizJet, just having taken off from runway 22. Hey, are we able to see one of the fire trucks? Yes, there he is. Don't think these are the Polderbound fire engines. I think, if I'm not mistaken, a bit further back there is another fire station, and these are probably from that station. So 2 runways are open for outbound traffic right now. Diverging departures. Alsmeerbaan 18 left is also open. Everything going to the east will most likely take that runway. From 11 until 11:40, we're having a rush hour at the Kaagbaan, the runway we're standing next to. That will be the only runway then open for outbound traffic. And again, between 1 and 2 o'clock. Most of you probably already familiar with the schedule by now. Hey, I spy with my little eye. Check it out. Delta Airlines Flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota. At Delta A350. Absolutely lovely. Van Basler, good morning. Matthijs, goedemorgen. QJ, goedemorgen. Bastiaan, goedemorgen. Alright, let's see. We have at least 2 narrow bodies preceding this A350 by the looks of it. KLM Flight 1231 to Göteborg is rolling. That's a 737-700. And it looks like the A321 Neo to Eden will also be taking off before the A350 will. Here's the 737. Up, up, and away. Yeah, so looking to the west and to the north, clouds, but the south is all good, as is the east, where the sun is at currently. Delta A350 and KLM A321neo in the foreground, going to Edinburgh, Scotland. Lights out, gear up. Now, is the KLM to Helsinki going to precede the A350, I wonder? KLM flight 1251? Maybe not. No, it does look like the Delta A350 is going to be the next takeoff. Right. So that's 1, 2, and 3 heaps of sand. For a moment, it was looking like maybe visibility was coming back. It was only short-lived, unfortunately. Hey Ray, goedemorgen. Louise, goedemorgen, good morning. Adrie, goedemorgen. Willy, goedemorgen. Was that directed to me, Sarah? You made me dizzy. Oh dear, oh dear. If that was directed to me, I am so sorry. Here I was thinking maybe a quick pan left and right to show you the difference in the sky would be informative, but maybe I went too fast. I'll try to be more slow. Hey, John Singleton is also back in the chat. Good to see you. TR, good morning. Aviation Dallas, good morning. So, we're now waiting for Delta Airlines flight 161. The first A350 in a long time. Don't remember when the last time was that we saw A350s here, but it has been multiple months, I think. It feels like it, at least. Hey Klaas, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Delta Airlines flight 161, 9 years old, first flight September 2016, and here it is. Yes, Delta A350s. The first of hopefully many more to come in the upcoming months. That was fantastic. October 2025, Xbox drummer says. Is that the last time that they sent A350s? There you go, that's almost half a year. Almost half a year. Right. Magpies. Pie. KLM flight 1251 to bloody Helsinki in Finland is going to be next, an A321neo. I think. Or is there anything on Cheaters Lane? No, there doesn't seem to be anything. I think I can even hear the engine spooling up. Hadi Richard, goedemorgen. Mitch, good morning. Mike, good morning. Brian, good morning. Good evening to you. And everything is lovely over here. I was dressed warmer than in hindsight was necessary. It's not very windy, it's not extremely cold. Last couple of times we were here and the sun was shining, it was colder than it looked. But that was because of the wind. Thus far it's relatively calm, although the wind is set to pick up later in the day. That was a bit of color of my jacket hooking into my phone. Marissa, goedemorgen. Were you in time to see the Delta A350 departure just now? Hope you were. Long time since we last saw one. Was this the first A350 of Delta at Schiphol in months, or have there been more and were they just visiting when I was working or wasn't able to stream? I'm wondering. You'd think they'd send more A350s over, but I'm not sure if they have. Air Baltic, Austrian flag livery. Well, Air Baltic flying on behalf of Austrian, in fact, I think. Austrian to Vienna. No, wait, that's a different one, huh? Wait. Ah. They're sending the wrong one, and they're sending the wrong one to Vienna. That's the one they should have sent to Vienna. What a mistake at Jamaica. Right, A350 over there. No, A350 Dreamliner. 7879, KLM flight 741 to Bogota. Mike 1985, good morning. Louise, good morning. Or is it Louise? Agnes, goedemorgen. Richard, goedemorgen. Hey, Richard tuning in from Texel. Nice. I have relatives living there in the Burg. Erik, goedemorgen. Will the Dreamliner to Bogota be the first next departure? Or are they going to let some of the narrow bodies cheat? So that they don't have to wait for the wake turbulence to dissipate. KLM flight 741 does seem to be... Yeah, it's taxiing onto the runway right now, suggesting it might be the first next departure. BizJet just now took off from runway 22. Trijet. Or... No, Twinjet. Or... Yeah, no, that's a Twinjet, isn't it? I think it is. From the angle I was filming, for a moment it was looking like it might be a trijet, but then again, it is comparatively small for a bizjet. Yeah, definitely a twin. Alright, KLM flight 741 to Bogota. Should be next. 7879 Dreamliner, Papa Hotel, Bravo Hotel Oscar. 8 years old, first flight March 2018. Good morning, Jero. Pate, what up, mate? Mike Wild, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well, all of you. It's a sunny Sunday here at Schiphol Airport, as you guys can see. For those of you joining us only moments ago, you may have missed a Delta A350. Yes, it's been a long time, but Delta Airlines Flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota took off here earlier, not too long ago. And this is KLM Flight 749 to Bogota. And that's in Colombia right next to
Ecuador!
Howdy boss, goedemorgen. Happy Sunday mate. And welcome to the show everybody else. Sinjun, good morning. Tuning in from South Africa. And warm welcome to the show everybody else. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It isn't mandatory, but it is always appreciated. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Many people are watching and together they know quite a lot. And don't forget, if you guys are enjoying the show, leave a like if you want to help this channel grow. It really helps. Kievit in Dutch, probably quail in English. What a unit. Chris Koet, also there. Morning cardio, as always. Air Baltic to Tallinn, that's probably the Austrian flag livery. Let's have a quick look. Should be rolling already. Will it still be on the ground or already airborne once it passes by the heap of sand? Well, rotating, there you go. Incoming belly shot. Lost since 76. Good evening or afternoon. Chilling in from Bali. JP Kraus, good morning. Aeolus Capital, goedemorgen. Mark, goedemorgen. Good, Mark the Spark. Flight Radar, mate. Flight Radar is where you can find all the information. If you have a silver subscription, you can also see the age. Another wide body in the background, that's KLM Flight 601, the LAX 78710. But the English name for that bird is quail, isn't it? What we call kievit. Actually, the nickname for the bird controllers, the kievits, actually means quails. So K1 through K5, the bird control vehicles, the K is the bird control department. And colloquially they're called the kievits. Kievit 1, Kievit 1, Quail 1, Kievit 2, Quail 2. Hey Gertin, goedemorgen. And Brian, welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, mate. Brian Andy just now became our latest Aurora Sky Lounge member. Mate, thank you for the vote of confidence. And welcome to the lounge. You now have access to our 34 custom emojis without any restraints, so make sure to use them however you see fit. The more inappropriately you can think of ways to use them, the funnier they get. So make sure you make good use of them. If you need to know where stuff is, ask around because many have gone before you and will happily show you the way. Norwegian up next, and a blank tail. And we have another membership anniversary. This time it's Aviation Dallas who is celebrating 9 months, and he writes, wow, 9 months, BA is returning Melbourne next year. That's good news, mate. Will they be flying A350s in or a different type? Either way, Aviation Dallas, mate, thank you so much for your ongoing support. 9 months and counting. Hope they have been to your liking. Have any suggestions for improvements? Let me know. That goes for all members. Hope you'll stick around for many more rounds to come. If not in the lounge as a member, then at least as a regular recurring visitor. Mario says Kivit is lapwing. What? Sarah says quail. Right. Now I'm confused. Ah, quail is kwartel. Lapwing. Interesting description. Hey, 7879 daily service. $78710 to LAX is what we are now looking at. KLM flight 601. And obviously, in a few hours from now, you'll be able to see the arrival. Undoubtedly. Arjan, goedemorgen. In Hengelo, in the east, it's also sunny. Probably all over blue skies. Over here, unfortunately, the clouds are drifting in a bit more rapidly than I had hoped if they would. This is looking to the north, and already they have passed east of me, east of the north. Still an open weather type. And I'm happy to say that behind me, where the sun is actually shining, there are no clouds in the immediate vicinity just yet. Lucky us. That means we are going to get a bit more sunshine here, although I do expect at some point it is going to get cloudy here as well. Right, so an A350 from Delta we've already seen. If all is well, the A340 from Surinam is also going to leave again later in the morning. Turkish is making its way to 18 left, I fear. Turkish Cargo to Istanbul. That'll probably go to the runway. Yep, can already see it has cleared the threshold of runway 24. Gary Grebe is also here. He was here moments ago, dove under, but he'll re-emerge somewhere further upstream probably. He was swimming away from me, so I'm expecting him a bit further up ahead, past the Koot. Yep, there he is. Swim, swim, swim. Hey there, Mats. Goedemorgen, good morning. Topcat, good morning. A320-214 sounds so good, all Mustafa says. I'm happy to hear that, mate. I do have the blimp with me in anticipation of higher wind speeds later in the show. Thus far it's still okay, although it is blowing harder already than in the very beginning of the show. Air Baltic to Riga, line lining up, and yeah, it's narrow bodies first for the time being, although I do see that KLM flight 777 is on its way, as is 605 to San Francisco. Delta 47 to New York is also has been pushed back and should be taxiing this way pretty soon. For now, Air Baltic, KLM to Bristol probably, Ryanair to Dublin, and KLM to Hamburg probably going to 18 left. Blue Dice, good morning. Glenn, good evening. Robert Hilton, morning mate. And that was a Grebe indeed. That was Gary Grebe, our resident Grebe. Air Baltic to Riga. A220, 300 or Bombardier C-Series as they began live. It's interesting to note that I'm standing here completely alone. Normally speaking, in the weekends, and particularly if it is half decent weather, there are more people over here. Usually congregating over here where there's a few, well, tiles, big tiles with holes in them, in the grass. Normally speaking, you'd find more people over here, but right now, to date, I'm still the only one. Pretty sure more people will follow at some point. E2 Embraer to Bristol should be next. There it is already. And it does look like Ryanair to Hamburg is going to be next after that. That nose gear retracting smoothly and quickly. Hey, have a look, it's Han. Han is back, good to see you, mate. And congratulations with your granddaughter. Hope you were early enough to see the A350 from Delta this morning, Han. They're back, or at least there was one back at Schiphol. And Ryanair to Dublin, flight 421 already rolling. Hey Ricardo, goedemorgen. Alain, goedemorgen. Tuning in from nearby Hoofddorp. You might be wondering, did I see a contrail just now? And you did, but it's right now behind this little cloud. It's not a very sizable contrail. If I'm not mistaken, there was also a big area of high pressure here in the vicinity, so that might explain why contrails are not very lengthy. The Turkish A330 to Istanbul with the double chin, having taken off from 18 left just now. Big boned A330. Lucas, goedemorgen. Hans, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, guys. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Kaagbaan, runway 24. Diverging departures in progress. 18 left. Aalsmeerbaan also open for traffic eastbound. Westbound traffic will take the Kaagbaan. And a few wide bodies are approaching the runway threshold. As a narrow body almost escaped without being noticed. A321neo, KLM. The Person-Chester, if I'm not mistaken. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It isn't mandatory, you can always stay in Lurker's Lounge, but feel free to interact, say hi. It is always appreciated. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. No such thing as a stupid question. BA to London Heathrow up next, an A320, flight 429, going to London. London, you might be wondering? Yes, London.
You know, fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
Hey, what up, Evan? Top of the morning. Welcome back, buddy. Hope all is well. If you joined us only just now, you may have missed the return of Delta A350s. At least one. It's a beginning. Delta Airlines Flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota took off here earlier this morning. No time to waste. The KLM 100 years 787-10 to San Francisco is now rotating. A subtle reminder to brush your teeth daily, twice a day. I brushed my teeth this morning, did you? Adi Nico, goedemorgen. And welcome to the show. Going to San Francisco, KLM flight 605. This was the BKA, of course. Hailing from June 2019, back when KLM was celebrating its 100-year anniversary. By now, a 6-year outdated livery, or a livery that is outdated for 6 years. Delta A330 time. This one to New York, JFK. KLM, no, that's the wrong label. Delta Airlines flight 47. Good morning, Direct Laguna, and welcome to the show, everybody else. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. Clouds are drifting in from the west, though at the moment mostly to the north. Although we might get a solar eclipse, a brief solar eclipse in a moment. A small friendly cloud in the vicinity of the sun. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you are, don't forget to like if you want to help this channel grow and reach a wider audience in the future. It helps tremendously. KLM flight 777 to St. Maarten. I was about to say Singapore. SXM St. Maarten is next. It's an A330-200. The PHAOB Alpha Oscar Bravo FWAB. 20 years old already. First flight was in July 2005. There it is. Good morning, Aviation now. Arie, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, everybody else. Happy Sunday. Sunny Sunday here at Schiphol Airport. Looks like we're going to get another A321neo from KLM, going to London Heathrow, KLM flight 1005. Joey, goedemorgen, good morning. Welcome to the show, one and all. Dustin, good morning, welcome back, mate. Orange flight to Cape Town, going to 18 left, Marissa says. What? That wasn't the deal. That's what we did not agree on. You bastards. Another busiest taking off from runway 22. And A321neo rolling, 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 rolling. Here it is. Lights out and gear up. More departures from 18 left. Was this KLM flight 1513 to Barcelona? I think it was. I think it is. 737-800 doesn't come equipped with a carrying cabin. What? Hey, and Michael Vogel is celebrating his birthday today. 92. That's probably your 34th birthday then, right? Congratulations, mate. Congratulations and many more happy years for you. Nielsje asks, any quad squad members departing? Well, there should at least be an A340-600 from Surinam. And I thought there were also a few 747s expected later to depart to Luxembourg. But that was in the afternoon, and I think at a time when, well, I'm not sure. Scheduled departures for cargo airplanes are almost always wrong. So even if you do see a few listed in the departures list, it doesn't necessarily mean, first of all, that they're going to take off, and second of all, that they're going to take off at the right time, at the indicated time. More often than not, those cargo airplanes take off seemingly randomly. The only one I'm pretty sure of is the A340, since that's a passenger flight. Those are more tightly adhering to their schedule. Although I think it ought to have already taken off, so... Right, Singapore on radar, 18 held, Dreamliner also to 18 left. Well, at least interesting airplanes are taking off from 18 left. I'm wondering... Ah yeah, the A340 is also on flight radar. It's pinging already. Is Air Baltic to Vilnius going to take off from runway 24, or will it continue to 18 left? Mary Naomi says Coast Guard is going. Is that so? Don't see it on flight radar, nor do I see it above the horizon yet. I'll keep an eye out for it. Where art thou? Coast Guard -8. Ah. Well, thanks for the heads up, Mary Naomi. Although I didn't see it on flight radar, it definitely... Oh, now I do see it. Saw it in real life already. Thanks for the heads up, Mary Naomi. There we go. The -8-100 from the Coast Guard. That's now flying towards the coast for another coastal patrol. This is the Charlie Golf Charlie Foxtrot Kilo. Hey, wing wave to the tower, or... Not sure if that was a wing wave. It might have been. 40 years old already, this specimen. From February 1986. Think I was crawling around learning how to walk. Nah, probably could walk by then. Think going to kindergarten? Is that what you do at 4? What were you doing in 1986 if you were there already? A long time back. This airplane already flying around back then. I wonder if it was used as a passenger airplane before. Don't know the history of the airplane. I can imagine it was used as a passenger airplane for a time, and then got converted to a Coast Guard coastal patrol airplane. Anyway, that is the Coast Guard. Does look like, yeah, Air Baltic to Vilnius is continuing. Going to the wrong runway. In the meantime, a shady figure says hi to you. We're waiting for the next airplanes to the Kaagbaan. A couple of wide bodies. One of them already over there. TUI Dreamliner to Willemstad Curaçao. MAX 9, 737, Corendon to Hurghada. Just now took off from 18 left. Think the MAX 9 with the tattoo livery already took off this morning. Whoa, toddling around for Wolfgang as well. How surprising. Monzi in college in 1986. Ari graduating from the middle technical school, MTS. Absolutely lovely. I think that the TUI Dreamliner is lining up now to be next to take off. TUI Flight 367 to Willemstad Curaçao. And what else is underway? Is 743 to Lima coming this way, or probably 18 left, right? Maria's son was born in 86, and Peter was in the army in 1986. Mary Naomi turning 7, so it makes you a few years older than I am. I'm from 82, so I was 4. 3 or 4, depending on which month it was. February, I think I was still 3. Mr. F, already working as a mechanic at Ford. Nice. Ford definitely was making a few interesting airplanes, cars around that time. All right, TUI flight 367 to Willemstad, Curaçao. It ought to take off in a moment from now. I wonder if our cheat window is still working. 2 days ago, we were able to catch a preview glimpse of the airplanes taking off from the threshold prior to the airplane becoming visible on the left. First of all, it has to move, which I'm not sure that it is. Hey, good morning, Sebo. Cora, goedemorgen. Good morning. Lord Andrew, good morning. He was making baked beans for a well-known brand, lol. I think I might have seen a video of that well-known brand and their baked beans factory in the UK. They also make ketchup, don't they? If it's the same brand, I think I saw a how it's made video, I think, of the baked beans factory of said producer. Absolutely lovely to see. TUI flight 367 on its way to Willemstad, Curaçao. There it is, 7878 Dreamliner. Billy was born in 2010, so you were minus... minus a lot of years. John, goedemorgen. Ramon, goedemorgen. Olaf, good morning, goedemorgen. And Peter K was turning 5, was 5 years old in 86, so Peter is also just a little bit older than I am. Jedi Plumber was 16 in 86. Michael was stationed in Germany for the US Air Force in 86. What was Chris Coot doing in 1986? Makes you wonder. Hey, Lance, good morning. Branston baked beans are much better than H's. Can't say that I've ever tried those. I have tried Hunses. Good morning to Hooded Buddha. Umid, good morning. Ibiza Mark, good morning. Alright, KLM flight 597 to Cape Town, South Africa is lining up on 18 left. That's the Orange Pride. Hey, interesting. Marissa dove into what the Coast Guard plane's history is what was like. The Coast Guard plane never flown passengers. It was delivered to Transport Canada in 86 and primarily for maritime surveillance and special missions. So, long-standing track record of maritime surveillance. Interesting, I thought it might have been used as a passenger airplane at some point, but it never was. All right, KLM flight 597 to Cape Town in South Africa. That's the Orange Pride. That's now going to take off from 18 left. In the meantime, And everybody taking off over here. SAS A340 Neo by the looks and sound of it. Transavia to Rabat, sneaking ahead of the Orange Pride. KLM Flight 661 to Houston in Texas is lined up right now, and what we're seeing over there is KLM Flight 743 to Lima in Peru, which is right next to Ecuador. Hey, Jendrosek, goedemorgen kerel. I've brought a glove along with me in case you were coming by in person. If not, I'll just leave it in the car. You know where it is. It's safe with me. Or at least that's what I hope. Alright, KLM Flight 597 to Cape Town in South is moving. That is the PHBVA Orange Pride, ladies and gentlemen. In the background, rolling, rolling, rolling. Unfortunately, the backlight not working in our favor. KLM Flight 661 to Houston in Texas is next, and 777-200 And this is the Papa Hotel Bravo Quebec Charlie, 22 years old. Next up, KLM Flight 743 to Lima, the capital of Peru, a country right next to Ecuador. Sneak preview window over there for airplanes taking off from the runway threshold. Oh, and Etihad also taking off. What? Everything interesting happening simultaneously. Mustafa wonders what runway the A340 is taking off from. That should be the Kaagbaan. It's going to the west. That makes it a candidate for runway 24. Hey Karsten, good morning mate, welcome back. And welcome to the show everybody else who may have joined. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you are, don't forget to leave a like, it helps to grow the channel. A340 is on the move. And if you joined us later, you may have missed the return of Delta's A350s, or at least one of them. It took off as flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota this morning. But it was nice to see A350s again from Delta. Nothing wrong with the A330s, don't get me wrong, I love them. But for a change, absolutely good. Switch it up. The first of hopefully many more to come in the upcoming months. Ralf, goedemorgen kerel. Good to see you again. Doing well, albeit I'll probably crash later after I'm done streaming. Having had a short night of sleep, was home pretty late. Then also the clock went ahead an hour and the alarm went early. But such is life. Had a wonderful day yesterday. And of course a lovely day here today, so I'm not complaining. Delta Airlines flight 73 to Atlanta, Georgia. Lining up, and the KLM that you're seeing is flight 615 going to Captain Jerry's hometown of Portland, Oregon. I'll drink to that. Bottoms up. Hope you guys are enjoying a small sip of vodka where you are at right now as well. Before going out this morning, I had a look at the list of members. All the badges are still blue. I think that in the upcoming week, Rick and Jerry and Rudolf are going to get their new badge. Soon thereafter, more familiar names. Liwe is number 4. Hold Short, I think, is number 5. Han, Paul, Marissa will all follow pretty soon thereafter. So savor the moment while you guys still have blue badges. Pretty soon it's going to get more colorful. Alright, Delta is on the move, here it is. 7-3 to Atlanta. (7-3) being the flight number, of course, not the airplane type. Beach Uni Wings, good morning and welcome to the show. Welcome to the show everybody else who may have joined. John is also back, good evening mate. Down in Sydney, Australia, doing what we love, plane spotting. Hope you've had a good day mate. The wind is definitely slowly but surely picking up. More waves in the water here. You probably won't hear it as much because of the blimp, which I brought along with me in anticipation of the wind picking up as the day progresses. The most violent winds will be blowing overnight tonight after dark, but slowly but surely more cloudiness and more wind, and another area of rain for the upcoming nights. Good question, Marissa. Yeah, I think you are, unless Hold Short is a woman. But I think he's a guy. I think you're the first woman indeed that will get the 3-year badge in a few days from now. And no clipping. Perfect. Thanks for the feedback, Wolfgang. That was KLM Flight 615 on its way to Portland, Oregon, hometown of Captain Jerry. Next up is going to be Delta Airlines Flight 143 to Seattle, Washington, the home of Bill J. Whom, speaking of whom, we haven't seen in a while, I think. The A340 is also there, although I think already behind the heap of sand. Looking to be the next departure after the Delta, which is already lined up. Hadi Yvonne, goedemorgen. And thank you, Lance. Beautiful 787 shots. Do the best I can. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. It isn't mandatory, but it is always appreciated. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Many are watching together, they know quite a lot. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Delta Airlines on its way to Seattle, Washington. Right, showtime, ladies and gentlemen. The A340. Have you all already checked out the video that I linked in the community section of Just Planes? Who actually did a half-hour video about the DAOS, the A340 that is about to take off here. Taking off from Schiphol Airport in that video, from the Kaagbaan, runway 24. So it's doing exactly in the what the current A340 is doing. It's also filmed in the video. Michael Walker, good morning, mate. Goedemorgen, boy. Hope all is well. Indeed it is, mate. Thank you so much for asking, and congratulations and thank you for your ongoing support. 27 months of membership for Michael Walker. I hope the 27 months have been to your liking, mate. If you have any suggestions for improvements, do let me know. That goes for all members. I'm always open for suggestions. And if you have suggestions for any custom emoji replacements, because additions will not be a long time from now, but if you guys are growing tired of certain emojis, do suggest replacement emojis, and we can have a vote on them. Hope we'll see you in the lounge for a long time to come, Michael. And otherwise, I hope you'll keep coming back as a regular recurring visitor, if not in the lounge as a member. Now, I am spying with my eye two geese. Or are they... or are they swans? Hope they're not going to get in the way. Was standing, it was looking awfully close. But that's the DAOS. Surinam Airways, flight 993, on its way to Paramaribo. Swans. Well, didn't see any bird strikes, so I think that the swans cleared the path of the A340. The clouds have now reached the south of us as well, unfortunately. So I'm standing in the shade over here, though it's definitely not going to get fully clouded here yet. Right now, standing in the shade, definitely a bit cooler than when the sun is shining. Hello, goedemorgen. Mark, goedemorgen. And Stacy, good morning. Carol Ann, good morning. Welcome back, everybody. A340 just now took off to Suriname. And we saw a Delta A350 again in the morning, the early morning. All right. It's 10:56. And I thought somebody already mentioned in the chat that it was looking like 18 left already closed. Means that the 40-minute power hour has begun. Filming this airplane, there was a bit of a gust, so you can definitely notice also the waves are starting to get a bit bigger, the wind is picking up. Singapore A350 is going to be taking off from this runway. It's over there already, being preceded by two wide bodies, one of which is rolling already, KLM Flight 567 Kilimanjaro, which is in Africa. In fact, it is the biggest mountain in the continent. This is a 777-200. That makes sense, doesn't it? KLM Asia flying to Africa. 20 years old already, first flight February 2006. Next up, KLM Flight 591, which is going to Johannesburg, and that is in South Africa. KLM Flight 591 is going to be followed by Singapore Airlines Flight 323 by the looks of it. Guten Morgen, Trond, und herzlich willkommen. Welcome to the show, everybody else as well. Jeroen, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. If you only joined us just now, you may have missed the A340. I almost missed it as well because I was distracted by swans that were flying eerily close to where the airplanes were also going to cross. And Singapore Airlines, Delta Airlines with an A350. Singapore, the next A350 of the show in a moment. Next up, Singapore Airlines with an A350. A combination of lovely livery, timeless, and also a livery that hasn't changed in ages. More geese or swans over there. At least those are flying away. That's good. Stay clear of the runway and the runway area. If you want to live, that is. Singapore Airlines Flight 323 up next. A350 going to Singapore. The 9 Victor Sierra Mike Whiskey. The airplane is 6 years old. Its first flight was in August 2019. Good morning, Ewald. Good morning, Martin. Do Schiphol Swans have transporters fitted? It is a good idea. They definitely should. But will they Will they turn them on? That's the question. Right, that was a couple of wide bodies, I think. Right now it's 4 narrow bodies at least, 5. There are a few wide bodies already on the move. KLM to Minneapolis. KLM to Quito has been pushed back. TUI to Punta Cana. There's definitely a few that will be coming this way soon. Good morning, Ben, tuning in from London. Clouds, good morning. Welcome to the show, one and all. EasyJet up next. No, wait. EasyJet. Followed by EasyJet. Runway 270 news for arrivals right now. KLM Embraer 190 by the looks of it, landing in the background. EasyJet to London Luton has begun to move. Where has it? Yep, in fact already clearing the ground. And RS is tuning in from the Philippines. New sub, good morning or good afternoon to you, and welcome to the channel, mate. Good morning to Kevin, and good morning to Nicholas. Say hi to Donna for me, if you would. Happy Sunday to you all. Flying up next, Hans' favorite, going to Malaga. Flight 8364. Echo Charlie Lima Victor Papa, 12 years old. First flight was in April 2013. There it is already. No time to waste. Gotta move with haste. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. If you are, don't forget to leave a like if you want to help this channel grow, if you haven't already. The dot is still there. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It isn't mandatory. You can always stay in Lurkers Lounge if you prefer to do so. But saying hi is always appreciated, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So a question about what camera I'm using, that's a Canon XA60. E2 Embraer 195 to Bologna up next. Bologna sandwich. EasyJet to Bristol next. Transavia to Thessaloniki after that. And I think a couple of wide bodies will be arriving here pretty soon thereafter. Oh, Mustafa, you misheard me. It's not Hans' favorite. Han apostrophe S favorite. Han, one of our longest standing members. I think he was also here in the chat earlier in the morning already. Vueling is his favorite, and we love to keep reiterating that. Hey, Nicholas Disneyland 78 just became a member. Thanks for the vote of confidence and welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, Nicholas. You now have access to our 34 custom emojis, Nicholas. Make sure to make use of them. Have fun with them. They're not on a budget, so get creative with them and use them. The more inappropriately you can think of ways to use them, the funnier they get. And if you need to know where stuff is, ask around because many have gone before you and will happily show you the way. Nicholas Disneyland 78. Thanks and welcome. Henk, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Wilma, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. Daan, goedemorgen. Hope all is well. Goedemorgen, kerel. Gary and Gertrude Grieb. And Chris over here in the foreground still doing morning cardio. Tui to Punta Cana is arriving at the threshold. Transavia has already taken off to Thessaloniki in Greece. Which allegedly is Bliss, Greece. That's what Sky Express is always claiming. Greece is bliss. I'm still waiting for feedback from people who live in Greece who can confirm that Greece actually is bliss. So feel free to chime in if you are a Greek resident and have something to say about the topic. Marco, good morning. Marco asks an interesting question about the METAR. The METAR is the weather report of Schiphol Airport. Updated twice an hour and renewing automatically in the ticker. Let me see if I can find a moment to show you in a moment what it all means. It's very informative if you know how to read it. Basically says all the relevant things that you need to know if you're a pilot about the weather at an airport at a certain time. Wind, cloudiness, temperature. A330s are coming to leave. KLM Flight 627 to Miami, Florida is lining up. Let me see if I can update the website. There's also a website where you can find a visualization of the METAR. The METAR is the weather report of Schiphol Airport, updated twice an hour. I've got the website prepared. Let's see if after the next A330 has taken off, we have a moment to spare to show you. KLM Flight 627 to Miami, Florida is now on the move. Oh wait, no, that's just the arrival to runway 27 in the background that I thought that I saw moving. There it is. KLM Flight 627, A330-300, FAC B, Papa Hotel, Alpha Kilo Bravo is the registration. It's a 14-year-old airplane. Its first flight was in February 2012. Right. Quick look at the weather then. The METAR in the ticker. That's the code that you see written over here. EHAM is an abbreviation of Schiphol Airport together with AMS. The date and time of the report, the 29th, that is today. Report is from 8:55 Zulu time. That's 10:55 Central European time. The wind speed and direction. The wind is 7 knots from 260 degrees, and that's this arrow over here and this arrow over here. The wind direction is variable between 180 degrees and 320 degrees. Those are these two arrows over here. Time to go back to the departure. Because the wide bodies are taking off and we don't want to miss them. Right, where were we? Then we have visibility 9999, 10 plus kilometers of visibility, that's on ground level. We have few clouds at 2200 feet. The temperature is 9 degrees Celsius, that's over here. The dew point is 4 degrees Celsius. The air pressure is 1028 hectopascals and no SIG means no significant changes expected in the upcoming 2 hours. Next up, KLM flight 755. That's going to go to Quito, and that is the capital of a country called Ecuador. 7879 Dreamliner. Now the METAR in the ticker is updated automatically, and Schiphol updates the METAR twice an hour, Marco. So you can see how wind is picking up, you can see how cloudiness changes. Two wide bodies, two outbound wide bodies, one shot. Capitano hectopascal. Absolutely, Glance, absolutely. It's 11:15 and the power 40 minutes hour of the Kaagbaan is still in progress. That means that until approximately 11:40 all outbound traffic will be leaving via runway 24, the one we are standing right next to. All the narrow bodies, all the wide bodies, everything to the west and everything to the east. Look on flight radar, there's quite a few wide bodies that are pinging and or are on the move already. Delta Airlines 135 to Detroit, American Airlines 203 to Philadelphia, Turkish 1952 to Istanbul, United to Washington, first 767 of the show. Is that going to be Delta to Salt Lake City? Well, they should be taking off via this runway pretty soon. Next departure is going to be Lufthansa. Lufthansa flight 2303 to Munich. That's an A320. The Daoud. Delta Alpha, India, Uniform Delta. And arrivals on runway 27 in the background. There's Daoud. 12 years old already. First flight was in March 2014. John is asking a question that I answered not too long ago. John Lammers asks, which camera and lens do you use? I use a Canon XA60. Look in the video description, you can see some of my equipment being mentioned over there. Video description. You can also go over to the community section where you will find some pictures with a lot of the equipment, although the mount has been updated. Tripod is newer. More narrow bodies taking off. SAS to Copenhagen, flight 552. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Jeff is in the house, as is Sparta Rotterdam. Goedemorgen, good morning guys. Hope you're both doing well. If you joined us only just now, you missed the A340 already. And Delta, who returned with one of their A350s to Schiphol. Delta Airlines Flight 161 in the early morning took off to Minneapolis, Minnesota. First time in a long time that we saw a Delta A350. They're back. American Airlines Flight 203 to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Up next, 7879 Dreamliner. Already having passed the cheat window. There it is. No change? You mean the summertime, wintertime? Haven't you changed yet? That's interesting. The Qatar Triple was here the day before yesterday. I think it's still the same. Didn't double check the registration, but I've got a feeling it's parked here for a while now. Anyway, Marco, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. Brian wonders, when will you be streaming next? Weather permitting, it should be on Thursday. Looking at the forecasts right now, it's looking like we are getting some calendar confirmed weather later in the week with more sunshine, warmer temperatures and no precipitation. In the meantime, have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely cloud formations and beautiful lighting. Absolutely lovely. Vueling up next, Vueling flight 8301 to Barcelona. And Milo also back. Good to see you again, Milo. Happy Sunday. A380 over Amsterdam. Wolfgang says, and I see it. Thanks for the heads up. A literal heads up. Here it is. Overhead traffic. Well, I don't need to tell you what airplane this is and what carrier. You can see it quite easily. I think you can all guess where it's going to as well if you know it is flying to the east. Going back home. KLM flight 1799 is flying to where Jörg is normally living, Düsseldorf. Jason, good morning from good morning, and good morning to everybody else who may have joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Kaagbaan, runway 24. It's 11:24. That means another 20 or so minutes of Kaagbaan exclusive departures. It's looking like we're also going to get a Cargo A330, which is in the process of getting pushed back. Air China Cargo over there. And the pushback truck visible as well. Gary Grebe and Gertrude not too far behind. Bloop! Going under. And KLM going up. This is Gertrude following Gary. United Airlines 767-300 to Washington up next. Here it is already. Flight 947, old school sounds incoming. RDW, goedemorgen, good to see you again, mate. En Dick Smit, goedemorgen, good morning. Next up, another 767, two back-to-back 767s from United. What a treat. Flight 21 to Houston in Texas. The November 643 Uniform Alpha, 34 years old, first flight May 1991. The one before it is from December 1992, 33 years old. That's over 60 years of flying between the two airplanes. Wow. Big numbers, big numbers. Right, it's time for Delta to take over. We had 2 back-to-back Uniteds. Are we going to get 2 back-to-back Deltas as well? Not sure. Air Europa over there might jinx it. Brian has to go. Thanks for stopping by, Brian, and hopefully see you again later in the upcoming week. Delta Airlines Flight 135 is on the move. It's going to Detroit, Michigan. A330-300. Will the next departure be another Delta? It does look like Delta 57 to Salt Lake City is lining up. So I'm hoping from 2 back-to-back Uniteds we're going to get 2 back-to-back Deltas. A330-300 followed by an A330neo. Delta Airlines Flight 57 to Salt Lake City up next. That's an A330neo. Brand new. First flight April 2025. In other words, it's turning 1 this month. No, next month. Inni Mini, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. And welcome to the channel. Couple of keys over here. Very close to the runway. Evasive maneuvers. Chinese A330 has begun moving. Next up is going to be Air Europa going to Madrid. Flight 1098. Turkish A330 to Istanbul behind it. And after that, it looks like we're going to get Croatia Airlines to Zagreb. FJWH, good morning. Hey, congratulations. 7 weeks old only. Can never be too young to be introduced to aviation. Well done, mate. It's interesting to see that today they are using the Dreamliner. Last couple of times during the weekends it always was a narrow body. So although the clouds have now taken over the sky, it is still partially open. This is looking to the west. This is looking to the north. This is looking to the east. Most cloudy now is the south, unfortunately for us, because that's where the sun is at. And for the time being, it is a bit shady over here. Turkish up next. Turkish flight 1952 to Istanbul, Turkey. A330-200. Oh wow, already airborne. Is it light? What's up with that? Indeed, Revet, never too early for plane spotting. 7 weeks. Thomas, good morning, mate. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. Nick, morgen. And welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, everybody else who may have joined in the meantime as well. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. It's 11:35. We're here at Kaagbaan. Pretty soon, I think that Alsmeerbaan 18 left is going to reopen. BizJet just now having taken off from runway 22. Coming my way. Oh, nice. Hardly ever do we get to see the BizJets taking a route like this. Well, there you go. First time for everything. In the meantime, Colin is celebrating a membership anniversary. Thanks for a great show, he writes, while celebrating 9 months of membership. Colin, thank you so much for the kind words and, of course, for your long-standing support. 9 months in the lounge. I hope they've been to your liking. Have any suggestions for improvements? Let me know and I'll get on it. See what I can do to make life better for you and the other members. Time flies, just like these airplanes. Hope you'll stay in the lounge for many more months to come, Colin. But if not, that's also perfectly fine. Membership is optional. Just keep coming back for the banter and the good times. Croatia Airlines on its way to Zagreb. A220. Next up will be EasyJet to Stansted, an A319. We have Lufty to Frankfurt, or is that already continuing? I think that's already continuing to 18 left, yep. The imminent reopening of 18 left. Sign of that is that Lufty flight 989 to Frankfurt is already continuing to the other runway. There it is. The Chinese A330 to Chengdu. It will take off from runway 24, won't it? China usually takes the westerly-most runway. Right, well, that concludes the first power hour here at the Kaagbaan, where the runway was the only outbound runway open. This will happen again between 1 and 2 p.m. EasyJet A319 on its way to Stansted. Yes, the Chinese A330 already lined up. That should be the next departure. In the background, KLM flight 691 to Toronto, that's a 787-10. JetBlue flight 632 to Boston, Massachusetts is also over there. An A321neo. That's a nice one, Adi. Croatian Airlines. Get creative with them, and that's what Adi did. Nice one. Single goose over there. Is that Donald? Yep, that's Donald Duck, alright. Donald giving us butt shots. JetBlue to Boston, up next, A321neo. Grover, good morning. Welcome to the show, mate. So we're waiting for JetBlue. JetBlue to Boston, Massachusetts. A 1-year-old airplane. First flight April 2024. There it is. Bird control and also a van of sorts. That wasn't H1, which is also a bird control van. Coming to get me. We'll see, we'll see. Pendago, good morning. Cormorant. More birds flying back and forth. Harry Heron here as well. '18 left has reopened. Next up, KLM flight 691 to Toronto in Canada. 787-10 Dreamliner, the Papa Hotel, Bravo Kilo Lima, BKL. 3 years old, first flight June 2022. Let's see what else is on the move. We have an A320 to Basel. I think that might go to 18 left. And of course, we also have an arrival over here. Cargo Lux landed on Polderbaan. Apparently it went around earlier. Probably cross the runway right as we are following this airplane. Stuff like that always happens simultaneously. bastard. Mark H is also back in the chat. Good to see you, Mark. Hope you've been well. Happy Sunday. BA in the background, going to London Heathrow, flight 431. Was that? I thought I saw a red nose. It's the red-nosed A320. Right, not a lot on the platform destined to go out. EasyJet to Palma de Mallorca. That might even take 18 left. Pegasus is going to Istanbul. That's certainly going to take the wrong runway. Cargolac 747 still on its way to an apron where it can park. So it's going to stand pretty far away from where we are situated. Not nearly as busy now as it was the other day. When was it? Was it again? Last week Sunday? It was filled to the brim then. Ah. There's the Cargolux turning in. All right. Waiting for BA flight 431 to London Heathrow. Red-nosed A320. The Golf Echo Uniform Romeo, 22 years old, first flight May 2003. There it is. Red-nosed A320. There was a special story behind it, wasn't there? Yeah, I thought there was something related to a charity involved. I don't know the details anymore. I think I read that in our chat at some point. All right, looks like we'll have to wait a bit, a few minutes, before traffic taking off from Kaagbaan is going to resume, because the bird control is on the runway right now, doing a runway inspection, K2. Also something that occasionally has to happen. Check that the runway is still clear of rubble that might fly into an airplane engine. Marissa unfortunately has to go. Thanks for stopping by, Marissa. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Hope to see you again next week. Theo, goedemorgen. Marcel, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, everybody. If you join us later, you may have missed the A340 from Surinam, and also Delta returning to Schiphol with an A350 this morning. That took off pretty early in the show. Flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The A340 was a bit late. Whether or not we are going to get departures from 747s remains to be seen. If I am not mistaken, there were a few scheduled, but But the thing with cargo airplanes is that they hardly ever adhere to their scheduled time of departures. Might be that they're not going to fly at all, might be that they are running really late. Chris Coot is over here. Gary and Gertrude Grebe have been sighted. Donald Duck has been sighted. Harry Heron has been sighted. Quite a few birds in the tree as well, sitting in the apex. Can hear some chirping and I'm wondering if it's these birds that are producing it. Don't see any other groups of birds here in the proximity, in the vicinity. Gary Grebe is here. What beautiful hue. Reddish? At least that's what it looks like in my color deficient, vision deficient eyes. Reddish. The feathers around his neck. Another grebe over there. I thought I saw more on the left, on the right, but the reeds are in the way. Razor, goedemorgen. Jesper, goedemorgen. Good evening, Lindsay, who is tuning in from New Zealand. Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody has had a good day, is going to have a good day, is having a good day, depending on the time of day. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're here at Schiphol Airport at the runway called Kaagbaan. Runway 0624, used for departures. But when there's a runway inspection in progress, you have to wait a few moments. We are going to get departures again pretty soon. Runway 18 left is now also open for departures. This is the main tower. We also have a tower at the Polderbaan. This tower has 2 stories, a first floor and a somewhat smaller second floor with controllers on both floors. This is the main tower. Polderbaan, which is furthest away, has its dedicated control tower. You can see that right there. Looks like a big golf tee with a small golf ball on it. Chris Coot is over here. He's saying if you guys are enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a like if you want to help the channel grow. You're absolutely right. I keep forgetting to say that. Thanks for the reminder. 18 left in use. Narrow bodies, rush hour. KLM Embraer to Krakow in Poland. Gertin is leaving for a walk. Enjoy, Gertin. And have a nice day. Roy, goedemorgen. Krista, good morning. Elwa, good morning. It's JG, good morning. Welcome to the channel, guys. Happy Sunday. Delta Airlines to Boston has been pushed back. Another A330. But we were lucky enough this morning to see a Delta A350 again for the first time in a long time, in months. Delta Airlines Flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota was the first in a long time that we started seeing again. It does look like Shamrock Flight 603 Aer Lingus to Dublin is going to take off from Kaagbaan pretty soon. Standing very near to the threshold, though holding short, not yet lining up. Ron, goedemorgen. Think another 767 from United is in the process of getting pushed back. 908, flight 908 to Chicago. That was it. Mary Naomi looked into the red nose of the BA320, raising awareness of Red Nose Day as it announces a target to reach £25 million for comic relief by 2020. The red-nosed plane will travel to various locations across the UK and Europe. There you go. Stam, goedemorgen. And Peter's back. What up, mate? Sunday training. What did your Sunday training look like? What were you doing? Strength training, cardio. Henk, goedemorgen. And welcome to the channel again. Departures from 18 left are continuing. Another Embraer 190. Easily recognizable as such if you look at the winglet. Smaller, more upright versus the wider, more outward standing of the Embraer 175. If your Embraer does not have winglets and has big ass wings and it's from KLM, it's an E2 Embraer 195. Cardio and strength, wow. There is a lot of training, both strength and cardio. Any particular muscle groups? Do you have a certain split? I try to do strength 4 times a week, upper body, lower body split, every body part twice a week. And cardio on the days that I'm not training, not doing strength training. Police helicopter over there. And I thought I also saw something yellow on the move. If I'm not mistaken, there was an A300 scheduled to go to Leipzig. I think this is it. Now, of course, Leipzig in Germany to the east. That means that this DHL will take the wrong way. 18 left. Just like this Embraer is. Indeed, Michiel. United. United, you nailed it. That's it, all right. Well, even on a Sunday, in the absence of active departures from the Kaagbaan, there's always truck spotting that we can do over here. This neck of the woods is logistics central. A lot of big logistics companies are here, and the road that I was pointing the camera to just now is usually teeming with trucks. In the meantime, Kaagbaan has reopened. Aer Lingus Flight 603 to Dublin, Ireland, Shamrock on its way. Gear up. And close the doors. Thank you. Don't want any draft in the house. Bro split, but with an injured hand, I can only do push exercises. Oh dear. Oh dear. What did you do to injure your hand, mate? If you can't do any pulls, then be careful. Don't want to train too asymmetrically too long. Apex Logistics, didn't they have a 747? Wolfgang asks, yes. Apex Logistics definitely had a 747. Why do you ask? Mr. Ramy is also back. Good to see you, Jay. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Delta Airlines Flight 243 to Boston, Massachusetts to take off from runway 24 next. A330neo. Ah, the truck was Apex. Right. Didn't even notice. Was it Apex was it the same Apex Logistics, I'm wondering? Whenever I go stream here, I always drive past a building that's from Kuehne and Nagel as well. I always have to think of their 747 as well when driving past that building. Delta Airlines Flight 243 to Boston, Massachusetts is going to be taking off next. A 1-year-old A330neo. First flight was in June 2024, so the airplane we're about to see is going to turn 2 pretty soon. Is that ITA? I think it is. Beautiful bastard getting away from us via the wrong runway. Hey, Artjon is also back in the chat. Good morning, mate. Happy Sunday. Good to see you again. Hank, Ella asks about the duck. I have no idea, mate. I have no idea. When I was wrapping up, the animal ambulance came and they said they couldn't catch her because they had to enter Schiphol territory and they're not allowed to. So apparently this here on the other side of the canal is property of Schiphol, and yeah, you need clearance to get there. If they were to enter the land without asking permission, they would probably be arrested by the military police pretty soon after that. So they couldn't do anything for the duck. And that's the end of the story. Ah, tendon tear. Have to be careful with those. Those heal very slowly. Careful not to overexert yourself. Right. Unfortunately, the banana is on the move, but to the wrong runway.
This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
The third United 767 is on the move, coming this way. That is flight 908 to Chicago. More trucks, truck spotting. One truck and another one over there. Even on a Sunday, another truck behind it. Would there be any interest for a second channel? AMS truck spotting. If the plane spotting doesn't take off, ha 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 ha, pun intended, we can always go for truck spotting. Right, traffic in the distance I think is all moving away. I think that's KLM flight 1853 to Munich. And that's an 18 left departure. We'll have to wait. The United 767 is not far away, so should get visible in a moment. In the meantime, Chris Coot over here, morning cardio as always. And there's Curtis, Chris and Curtis, as always. And there's the 767, United Airlines, flight 908 to Chicago. Now, the Banana is approaching the threshold of 18 left. There's a TUI Max 8737 to Stuttgart still before it. Oh, splashdown of Chris Coot over here in the water. You may have picked that up on the microphone just now, since that's over here pointing directly, albeit a bit more higher, to where Chris entered the water. Oh, are the Coots getting territorial again? Come on, be nice. Hey Taco, goedemiddag. Good to see you again. Max 8 in the background, taking off from 18 left. We're focusing the camera on runway 24, where United Airlines is lining up. And what do I see on flight radar and also in the background? Suparna to Nanjing in China in the process of getting pushed back. So lucky us, think that's a 747 that we are going to see take off from runway 24 in a moment. That is most definitely going to be taking off from runway 24, normally speaking. Can be a truck channel too, boy. I take pictures of trucks too. Why am I not surprised, Peter? Again, 3 767s from United Airlines in one show. Absolutely lovely. This is the youngest of the bunch. The others were from the beginning of the 1990s, 92, 93 or so, and 30 plus years old. This one only quote-unquote 26. December 1999, just before the new millennium began, this airplane entered service. And of course, like always, interesting stuff happening simultaneously. DHL A340 on its way to Leipzig. Is it older or younger than the 767? It's older. This is deep. Delta Alpha Echo Alpha Papa. 32 years old, first flight March 1994. Casting shades on the clouds. Wow, that was looking nice. Albeit briefly. Michael says, if you... Boy, Wolfgang, if you're going to open up a new channel, it could be a Euroski channel. I'm not sure if there would be sufficient interest for it. But it would be a good idea. Would be nice. skiing for a living. Hey, Jobima is celebrating his or her birthday. Congratulations, Jobima. Happy birthday to you and have a nice day. Karsten is also back in the chat and he is celebrating as well a 14-month membership anniversary. I'm offline now. Thanks, boy, for the stream. See ya. Karsten, thanks, mate. Thanks for the ongoing support and 14 months of membership. Congratulations. I hope that the membership is still to your liking. If that isn't the case, let me know what you think needs to be improved and I'll get on it and see what I can do to make things better for you and the other members. Hopefully see you again soon, Karsten. And enjoy the rest of your day. Diverging departures in progress. KLM 737 to Istanbul. KLM flight 1959. Oh, come on. Not necessary, Karsten. Karsten just now gifted 5 memberships. Mate, that was not necessary. Thank you so much, though. And welcome to the new members. Don't forget to say thank you or dankeschön to Karsten if you are one of the recipients of his gifted memberships. Have fun with the custom emojis. And don't forget to say thanks. Thank you so much, Karsten. Mate, you really didn't have to do that, but thank you so much for doing it anyway. And a warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge new members. The Suparna 747 to Nanjing in China is over there. In the meantime, it's narrow bodies over here. Mr. Peterson was wondering if I could show inbounds. Well, from here it will be pretty hard because they're landing pretty far away from here. Is there anything in particular that you are interested in? KLM flight 1853 to Munich, Embraer 190 taking off over there in the distance. Hadi Rinaldo, goedemiddag. And greetings to Jeremy, Charlotte and Elena, which oddly is a message from Rodney. Confusing message, but good morning to all of you. Let's see. Not much traffic outbound on the platform right now. We have a KLM 777 to Mumbai. That is going to take off from 18 left. It is exactly why I am going here. It is exactly for that reason, with most of the Polderbaan now fenced off. If you want to take pictures or shoot video from the Polderbaan without fences in your face, you need to walk to the northern part, which is of course where everybody is going to these days and where it gets really busy. Over here, I'm still standing here all alone, remarkably. Bit surprisingly, I have to say, because normally during the weekends there are definitely more people here. Gary, Grebe and me have the place to ourselves. Absolutely lovely. Julian, goedemorgen. Where are you spotting and which runway? Well, this is Schiphol Airport, believe it or not. And this is the Kaagbaan, runway 24. Hey Lise, morgen. Yo, take it easy, take it easy. Oh, that was just Gary Grebe saying hi to Lisa as well. I think the 747 is lining up right now. Suparna to Nanjing in China. Look here, this is your sneak preview window. The Suparna 747, yeah. Threshold is right behind this this dune, I think. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first 747 of the show will be Suparna flight 87412. Here it is coming already. You can see the tail. Going to Nanjing in China. Bravo 1340, 18 years old, first flight July 2007. I think the 747 might have even triggered an alarm over here. Next up is going to be KLM flight 1305. And Bravo 175 to Gdansk, huh? Isn't that supposed to be taking off from 18 left, normally speaking? Have they closed the runway already? Hey, Paul is also back. Good to see you, Paul. Happy Sunday, brother. The first 747 to take off from runway 24. Suparna on its way to Nanjing in China. For those of you joining us later, you may have missed the departure of the Surinam A340 and Delta returning with an A350. This morning it took off flight 161 to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hopefully the first of many more to come again in the upcoming months. Steven, welcome back, mate. Tursaboot, good morning. Eindspotting, good morning. Stupid clouds. I guess that's all your dirty pictures up there in the cloud, obscuring our view of the Queen. Hey Sander, morgen kerel. Raymond, goedemorgen. And Neil, welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, buddy. Neil Bauxel, hopefully I pronounced your surname properly. Neil just became our latest Aurora Sky Lounge member. Thank you for the vote of confidence. Hope you'll enjoy it in the lounge. You have access to our 34 custom emojis now. without any restraints, so make sure to use them, have fun with them, get creative with them. The more inappropriately you can think of ways to use them, the funnier they get. And if you need to know where stuff is, ask around. Many members have gone before you and will happily show you the way. Turkish to Istanbul in pushback. Now for a moment I thought maybe 18 left had closed because there was an airplane to Gdansk taking off from Kaagbaan. Transavia to Bari is still taxiing towards 18 left, so that's quite clear indication that we still have diverging departures. Unfortunately for us, because that means that this Turkish A340 is going to take off via 18 left in a moment. Thank you, Marcel, who says, mooie beelden. Nice footage. Do the best I can, mate. Ik pik hem en de weekjes hem. Good afternoon, mate. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It isn't mandatory. You can stay in Lurker's Lounge if you choose to do so. But it is always nice to say hi. Feel free to do so. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Many are watching. Together they know quite a lot, and there's no such thing as a stupid question. And if you guys are enjoying the show, you want to help us reach a wider audience, make it more gezellig in the chats in the weekends, be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Quite a few airplanes are on the move. KLM Flight 1201 to Oslo and 915 to Aberdeen behind it. Those are probably going to be going, yeah, they're on a different taxiway than the one to Gothenburg. Hopefully we'll get to see them. KLM Flight 873 to Hyderabad also pinging. But that's also a destination to the east, so I'm afraid that is also an 18 left departure. Can also hear something overhead. Looking up and around me. It's one of those days that the overhead traffic is either not producing a control or only a very small one. I'm not seeing the airplane that I think I am hearing. Bloop. Going under again. Marcos, goedemorgen. Peter, goedemiddag. Fern Sebastian, guten Tag. Und herzlich willkommen. Ah, right. Two airplanes actually up in the sky. One with a more sizable contrail. I think this is also the one I was hearing. That's that Chinese, what is it, Hainan Airlines? Going to China, having taken off from Brussels. And not too far behind it, another one, but that one isn't producing a contrail. Or at least hardly any. That looks like a narrow body of sorts. Alright. Alan also back in the chat. Happy Sunday, mate. Good to have you back. Hope all is well. The Kaagbaan departures are resuming. E2 Embraer 195 up next to Aberdeen, Scotland. Huh. Just a bit of grass in the way, little hill. Was looking like it might have been a predator bird, could also have been a crow. Alright, the narrow bodies are resuming. Oh. Let's also zooming out of flight radar. Embraer 175 to Oslo, KLM flight 1201. Next up, another E2 Embraer 195 to Göteborg. That would be KLM flight 1233. The Turkish A330 has begun moving. And what is KLM flight 873 doing? On flight radar, its nose is now pointing a bit more to the south. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was surprised to see the nose of the 777 pointing to the south for a moment. But it is, of course, going to the threshold of the wrong runway. It makes sense. Stephen asks, does it mean that the upper atmosphere is warmer, not creating condensation? That is a good question. I think it's always cold up there where the airplanes fly. It's always below zero, so I think it's probably a relative humidity question more than anything. Though I am not a meteorologist, and this is just conjecture and speculation from yours truly. But I think the temperature at 30k feet is always below zero, well below zero. So I think it's a humidity thing, whether or not contrails are being produced. The exhaust gas temperature and the humidity of the exhaust gases are a constant. I think that the temperature is always constantly below zero, well below zero. So the only variable that's left that can change is probably relative humidity. If you look at weather maps right now, over here where the Netherlands is positioned, there is high pressure forming or drifting in, as also indicated by the QNH in the METAR. Not sure if that maybe means that the air is less humid. Either way, let's not forget that Sender Shinobi just now gifted 5 memberships. Mate, you really didn't have to do that. Thank you so much though. A warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. Those 5 new members, if you are one of the recipients of Sander's gifted memberships, don't forget to say thank you to him and enjoy those custom emojis, guys. 34 of them. They're there to be had fun with, so make sure that you do use them and have fun with them. If you enjoy a gifted membership and it's almost expiring, consider renewing it or maybe gifting somebody else a gifted membership who might also enjoy it. Sander, dankjewel. Thank you so much, mate. Really, really not necessary. You didn't have to do that. You're supporting the channel already more than enough as it is already. A warm welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, new members. Another E2 Embraer. And what we saw just now was ITA to Rome. Steven says, so low humidity means no moisture. Well, in the sense that I think when it is relatively dry, the moisture of the exhaust gases is able to condensate is going to dissolve into the air as vapor. I think if the relative humidity is high, then of course you'll reach the condensation point where the humid air is already satiated with moisture. When that happens, things start to condensate. But again, I'd like to reiterate, I am not a meteorologist. I have had sciences in school, growing up. For what it's worth. Hey Pieter, goedemiddag. Pieter, goedemiddag. Peter, goedemiddag. Grover says, airplane dance emoji. Whoa, we're at 485, so almost halfway to an airplane dance. We need more likes for an airplane dance, insofar as there is still interest in them. That's for instance one of the custom emojis that I think we could replace with a new one if you guys are getting tired of the current set of emojis. Steven tried to get satiated with donuts last evening. That's challenging because I think donuts are one of those food items that it's really hard to get satiated with. Once you reach the point of satiation, you're probably also going to get pretty heavy. Rick, goedemiddag. And Wolfgang says C-17 passing in your southeast to west. In a few moments. I think I have it. That's the C-17, all right. Still in the relative proximity of the sun here in the sky. Once it is a bit further away, it should get a bit more contrasty. It's 12:32. We're still enjoying diverging departures with all the interesting airplanes going to the wrong runway. At 1 o'clock for an hour, everything outbound is going to be taking off from Kaagbaan. And I thought I saw 747 scheduled for that time slot. Go, go, go! See, C-17 should be over there. Bit of haziness in the sky. You can see a bit more contrast already. The further it moves away from where the sun is in the sky, the more contrasty it ought to get, provided that there isn't any additional moisture in the air, which there seems to be. Yeah, you can see the haziness. It's a bit hazy. Now in the meantime, Buddy, mate, thank you so much. Buddy, send us a PayPal donation. You really didn't have to do that, buddy. Have you seen my mail last week regarding the ticker? And keep up the good work. I don't think I've seen it yet. But come on, buddy. No need to send PayPal donations. That is absolutely not necessary. You're doing more than enough to support the channel as it is already. Another double-chinned Turkish Cargo A330. It's not heavy, it's big boned. Air Canada to Montreal is pinging. Cathay Pacific A350 1000. It's probably going to go to 18 left, isn't it? Finnair A350 to Helsinki, Finland also pushed back. That's two A350s next to one another, right next to runway 0927. The A350 1000 is probably going to go to the wrong runway, but the A350 900 is probably going to come this way. What's this? Iceland Air 757, old livery. What a looker, eh? Lovely to see that they still have them and that they're still flying them. Air Canada to Montreal is on its way to the Kaagbaan. Should become visible pretty soon. I think it should go inside with Iceland Air reaching that corner, provided it's going to get there. KLM A321 getting pushed back in the distance. Hey, good afternoon, Frank. And Kim Heikoop, goedemiddag. Good afternoon. Welcome to the channel. One and all. Iceland Air 757 in the old livery, the better looking livery. It's 12:38, ladies and gentlemen. That means that we're still due a good 20 minutes of the diverging departures. Unfortunately for us, because that means that the A350 1000 to Hong Kong is still going to get away from us. Provided that it doesn't coincide, its departure doesn't coincide with anything interesting taking off from Kaagbaan. We can of course see it quite well from over here. In fact, from where we're standing, the side shots, of course, of departures from 18 left are quite nice. And the sun is getting further in the south, so the backlight is not as bad anymore right now as it was in the beginning of the show. Meanwhile, Air Canada to Montreal, flight 901. KLM flight 1295 to Billund is entering the runway before it. Mike W, goedemiddag. Lucas, goedemiddag. KLM Flight 565 is getting away from us as well. That's the Dreamliner to Nairobi, the capital of Kenya in Now, it's 12:39, Finnair just arrived. That A350, that 757 has to leave for Iceland at some point as well. Did anybody have a look already to see when the 757 is expected to leave again? That should be a Kaagbaan departure. Frank asks if I survived the Belgian cuisine. I certainly did. That was one massive cheat day from my diet. Yeah, no, it was good. Absolutely, it was. The day lasted too short. We're always strapped for time. Cathay Pacific making its way over to the threshold of 18 left. Finnair also has begun to move. Finnair is coming this way, if all is well. We have another narrow body cheater on cheater's lane. KLM flight 1285 to Aalborg. And after that, we're going to get Air Canada flight 901 to Montreal. Diverging departures in progress. Another Air Baltic 8220. The wind is picking up every now and then. You may see it in how I am able to follow the airplanes. The waves not necessarily higher in the water, but that's also because of the direction. Wind is turning a bit and gets more in line with the canal, the waves get bigger. Reykjavik 210. Okay, thank you for looking that up, Emil. 210. All right, Air Canada flight 901 to Montreal. 7878 Dreamliner, the Charlie Golf Hotel Papa Victor, 11 years old, first flight August 2014. Right, in the background, that was the Dreamliner to Nairobi, right? Yep, I thought so. KLM flight 565 to Nairobi. As always, interesting stuff happening all at once. Next will be Air Canada to Montreal, flight 901. Bobbers, mate, thank you so much. Another great show this morning. Bobbers super chatting. Thank you so much, sir. You didn't have to use a super chat to get that message across, but thank you so much though for doing it. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying the show, and I hope that goes for everybody. Don't forget to leave a like if you are enjoying the show and you want to help us reach a wider audience in the future. A like goes a long way. Air Canada, maple syrup. Grrr. Swissport worker also in the chat. Good to see you again, mate. Welcome back. Quad overhead. Thanks for the heads up. The literal heads up. There it is. So between the thicker clouds, you can also see that the haziness is increasing. This morning we had blue skies. They were also relatively dry, but it's getting more hazy. Big picture is also showing that. This is looking to the north. You can see haziness between the clouds. Looking to the east, you can see the same cirrus nebulosity in between the lower clouds here as well. Looking to the south, temporarily the sun obstructed by clouds. Of course, lastly, looking to the east, the west, where you can also see similar skies. It's all still open. It's going to stay dry, but we are going to get a bit more cloudiness, and I think overnight more rain again. And that is the Dreamliner. No, the A350 in the background. Cathay Pacific. A350-1000, flight 270 to Hong Kong, there it is. Taking off via 18 left. The wrong runway, but at least a nice side shot. That's the Finnair A350 looking us straight in the face, looking us in the eyes. It's a stare down, a long distance stare down. Finnair flight 1302 to bloody Helsinki in Finland. That's the third A350 taking off here. Delta, Singapore, Finnair. Or did I miss any? Meanwhile, Air Canada flight 809 to Toronto. Has it begun moving yet? I don't see it just yet. Flight radar says it's begun to move. There it is. 7879 Dreamliner. 9 years old. The Foxtrot, Charlie Foxtrot Romeo Sierra Oscar. Is it proper Canadian if there's no Quebec in the registration, I wonder? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do we have here? Somebody with a very familiar hat. And a nice doggo to boot. Goedemorgen, middag. Met wie heb ik het genoegen?
Hi.
Hi.
We met last year at your birthday.
Last year on my birthday? Did we?
Yeah.
Have I forgotten already? That must be the vodka. I apologize for not remembering again. That must be the vodka. I thought I saw a familiar logo on the hat, huh?
What does this mean? Can you explain?
Yeah, what does it have to mean?
The head and,
Absolutely terrific. Well, we're going to see the A350 from Finnair up next, flight 1302, going to bloody Helsinki, Finland. The OHLWD, 10 years old, first flight December 2015. Tina, goedemorgen. It is turning onto the runway. It's 12:49, that means another 10 minutes of diverging departure. So I wonder when will the last departure from 18 left take off. Aegean is still going there. KLM to Frankfurt is too. Will Iberia to Madrid go there? And will the Embraer to Basel also go there? I think that the A350 is coming this way in a moment. 10 years old already. Blame it on the vodka, indeed, Daniel. That's exactly what I do. My best friend is called Korsakov. Alright. Finnair, where art thou? That's KLM flight 641 in the background, 78710 to New York, JFK. The E2 Embraer to Basel is still going north, so that's going to be taking off from 18 left still. But it does look like traffic to 18 left is going to dry up pretty soon. No A350s yet in the cheat window over there as well, either. Now I think something has begun to move, or... Yes, there it is. What a machine, eh? One terrific A350, the third at least of the show, if not more. I think the third. Delta was first, Singapore Airlines was second, and this was the third. Next up, KLM flight 641 to New York, JFK. That's the 787-10 Dreamliner. The Papa Hotel Bravo Kilo Golf BKG, 6 years old, first flight January 2020. It's 12:53, the clock keeps on ticking, and pretty soon the runway that we are now standing at is going to be the only runway for outbound traffic. From 1 till 2, another power hour. Aegean to Athens, A321neo is taking off from 18 left. Peter K wonders, boy, will you still stream when you're an old man? So in 30, 40 years? Well, good question. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming in 5 years from now, to be honest, because if the channel isn't going to grow any more, then obviously at some point I will probably throw in the towel. Honestly, I am struggling with motivation the last year already, since the NATO summit basically took out all the momentum that we had prior to the NATO summit. I think I probably will be able to retire at some point. If not, if not from streaming, then at least from my day job. I'm not sure. It depends on what the future will bring. Obviously, if I am healthy enough to stay active, and as long as I keep enjoying it, and as long as there will be interest for it. In that respect, I am looking forward to KLM getting A350s. I think that will definitely liven up the streams a lot. I mean, A321neos are nice and all, but KLM A350s, that's definitely something to be looking forward to. Alright, E2 Embraer to Basel, Tarom to Bucharest. How much more airplanes will be going to the wrong runway? It's 12:56. And I'm thinking that the last airplane taking off for the next hour from runway 18 left is probably rolling onto it right now. Tarom to Bucharest, an A320. In the meantime, the sun is once again starting to get out from behind the clouds again. For the time being, it's just temporary. Clouds are here to stay, but luckily it is going to stay dry here for the remainder of the day. I think only tonight are we going to get more rain. The wind is set to speed up, pick up more and more as the day progresses. But come Thursday, it should get more spring-like. No precipitation, at least for the time being, in the 2-week forecast after today and tomorrow. I think maybe a few droplets today and tomorrow. Hey Maxime, goedemiddag, good to see you again. Welcome back. Hey, thank you so much for the kind words, Steven. I will watch as long as you stream, my friend. You are an expert and I enjoy the fun and community. Well, that expert part, I'm not too sure about. But I am very proud of the international and friendly community that the channel has gathered over the years. I think that's pretty unique. That's definitely something I'm very proud of. Runway 27 has opened up again for arrivals, as clearly visible here at Transavia A321neo. So on paper, you'd think that everything outbound should be coming again to the Kaagbaan. Runways are 6, 24. In use is runway 24. The only one I'm not too sure about yet is Iberia. Iberia to Madrid. If that's continuing, then it might be that the runway isn't closed yet. But if it isn't closed yet, it is going to close in minutes from now. Right. Have a look at Flight Radar, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a few wide bodies are pinging and are in the process of getting pushed back. Those are all going to come this way. KLM Flight 677 to Calgary is also over there, an A330, but there are a few narrow bodies, including the Iberia. Quite clear indication that 18 left is closed, and we are once again in the power hour of outbound traffic here on Kaagbaan. KLM Flight 1407 is now lining up via Cheaters Lane, and I'm counting 3 narrow bodies on Cheaters Lane, and there are 2 wide bodies at the threshold. I think that the wide bodies will have to wait, and the cheaters on Cheaters Lane are going to go ahead, all of them. The 737 to Paris is already rolling. Here it is. Iberia A319 to Madrid will be third. The KLM Embraer 190 to Newcastle is already lining up. KLM Flight 955 to Newcastle has begun rolling. Or has it? Has it just lined up? Either way, that's the next departure, an Embraer 190. After that, probably, yeah, Iberia. Iberia is now rolling. A319. After that, the Embraer 175 to Persenchester. And I think after that, the 2 wide bodies to Calgary and Rio de Janeiro, respectively. Right. I hope that the 757 from Iceland Air is going to take off a bit early. I know it sounds ridiculous when I usher the words. It's what I also thought. Because if there's one bias prevalent in aviation, it is delay and not ahead of schedule. I hope we'll get to see it around 2 o'clock, not too much later after that. KLM Flight 677 is going to be next. KLM Flight 677 to Calgary in Canada. A330-300. But is it? Because this is the PHAKE, the fake. So is it real? Is it not? I'm not sure. It looks real, but you tell me. The Papa Hotel Alpha Kilo Echo, 13 years old, allegedly. Ricardo gaat er weer vandoor. See you later, Ricardo. Fijne zondag. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, mate. KLM flight 705 to Rio de Janeiro will be next. 787-10, A319 EasyJet to Split next after that. And the second flight to LAX of today's show, not 601 but 603, will be next after that. And Ron from Johannesburg in South Africa. Also in the chat, the channel has even reached us here too, he writes. Well, truth be told, you're not the first, you're not even the first person from South Africa to have found the channel. Quite a few South Africans are here in the chat already on occasion. But welcome, Ron. It's good to have you, and I hope you'll enjoy the channel. I spy with my little eye a go-around, question mark? Go-around runway 27? That's definitely what this looked like. Saw something climbing out left of me that must have been a go-around on runway 27. Wind is picking up. It's definitely getting more windy now than it was in the beginning. That was a go-around, wasn't it? Michael DCA, good to see you again, mate. Welcome back. Oh, 18 right. The go-around was on the Polderbaan. Interesting, interesting. So there was a 747 that apparently also went around earlier. 2 go-arounds already. It's not that windy, is it? And again, it is crosswind for the Polderbaan. More or less headwind for the airplanes here at Kaagbaan climbing out. And once again, Sky Express with their motto, Greece is bliss. Not sure if Jendrusik is still watching. Have you heard back from your colleague, your Greek colleague? And can you let us know whether or not Greece is actually bliss or not according to the Greeks themselves? I think it's a bold claim, and I'm having second thoughts. I'm not sure if it's true. Super 0141 is celebrating 1 month of 1 month of membership anniversary. Congratulations! Time flies by, and indeed it does. Hope the first month in the lounge has been to your liking. Thank you for the support. Here's to more months in the future. Congratulations and thank you, Super Zero. Ah, the 747 was a lack of separation, yeah. That too can happen sometimes. Hey, Gary in Amsterdam is also back. Welcome back, buddy. Good to see you again. Happy Sunday. Right, Embraer 175 to Persenchester. Flight 1033 next after that. And Embraer 175 to Stuttgart. Gear nicely tucked in. Just like with the 737. Open case and we can see the wheels. nicely tucked away. More membership anniversaries. Stefan Tudor is also back in the house. Good to see you, Stefan. Look at that, 8 months, bouncy airplane. Happy Sunday, mate. Good to have you again. Hope all is well. Congratulations and thank you for 8 months, Stefan. 8 months and counting. I hope they have been to your liking. If you have any suggestions for improvements, let me know. I'll get on it. Ah, come on, mate. Don't need to gift memberships. Stefan Tudor just now went ahead, gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, mate. You really didn't have to do that. Hope that everybody who just now received the gifted membership will say thank you and enjoy those custom emojis. They're there to be had fun with, so make sure that you do. But that is above and beyond. I keep saying it, but you really didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. And congratulations on 8 months, was it? 8 months, yeah. Chat is going quickly. Dirk on Tour is also celebrating. He is celebrating 22 months of membership. Two to go to 2 years. That's a lot of twos. You're absolutely right. 2 more to go, and then that green badge will be replaced by a blue badge. Thank you so much for the ongoing support, Dirk on Tour. And this is KLM flight 603 to LAX, another Dreamliner, the second flight to LA that we are featuring in the show today. As I was saying, a massive big thanks to Dirk on Tour, 22 months and counting. 2 more before 2 years. Hope everything in the lounge has been to your liking, those 22 months, and if not, do hit me up. Let me know what I need to improve in your opinion, and let me see what I can do to make things better for you and the other members alike. Looking forward to the day you'll get that blue badge in 2 months from now, Dirk. Thank you so much for the support thus far. If all is well, KLM flight 757 to Panama City should be the next departure. A 777-300ER. That's the Papa Hotel Bravo Victor Bravo. 18 years old. Which is pretty old for an for a KLM 777-300. Most of the old triples are 200s. Most of the triples are a bit, or the 300s are a bit younger. Then again, the BVA, of course, is also from January 2008. And the BVC and the BVD are not that much younger. But most of the 777-200s are 20 or so years old already. And quite a few of the 300s flying around are 12, 13 years old. And Novix Gaming asks, airplanes can go till 30 years, right? Well, even more than that. Even more than that. It's usually not a problem. 30 years. It depends on the number of flights. The thing that wears the most is the compression and decompression, the pressure changes. That can lead to metal fatigue in the airframe. It's also what caused the El Al accident in the Belmer. Metal fatigue, pylons breaking off, engines coming loose, and disaster struck. But if you look, for instance, at the DHL A300s, those are old machines. Most of them 30 plus years old already, still flying around. Look at some military airplanes that are even older. Now obviously, if you're not flying very high, the pressure changes between ground level and where you're flying aren't that great. I'm not even sure if the DC-3 is pressurized. It probably is to a certain extent, but look at the Dakota that was flying here, doing guided tours from Schiphol Oost until recently. That was even 80 plus years old, so airframes can last a long time. Air Force One. Mixed memories about Air Force One. Good memories when the stream wasn't hicking up when standing in the potato field and it flew over. Briefly even, I think the footage was even briefly live on national TV on that day. A day later though, when standing here for the departure, mixed bag. Although the video featured on the channel homepage, or what is it? I was able to take it, but that was because I was also recording onto the hard disk, or no, the memory card of the camera. The stream, not so reliable, unfortunately. That's a good question, Wolfgang. That's a good question. I'm not sure if those flats are still there. I think maybe well, I'm not. Yeah, good question. I'm not sure. I've lived in the southeast of Amsterdam for 8 years, but I never ventured into that part of southeast. So, truth be told, I have no idea. Embraer 190 to London City. The building was demolished, says Ari, who also mentioned that the DC-3 is not pressurized, so that makes a difference as well. If it doesn't get pressurized, then those airframes can last much longer. Runway 27 is still in use for arrivals. That's a KLM with a Karen cabin. Right, in the meantime over here, a narrow body took off to Düsseldorf, KLM flight 1801, and a 777-300 is lining up. Somewhere over there behind threshold. Here's your sneak preview window. Next up is KLM flight 791 to Sao Paulo. That's the PHBVR, and that's only 9 years old. Big difference between that and the previous 777-300. 9 years old, first flight May 2016. And it has begun moving, rotating even already. Such a stable close up when it is blowing with a double-digit wind speed. I would not have been able to do with my previous tripod and tripod head, I'll tell you that. Much more stable, this new tripod. SAS landing in the background, and then A321neo to Athens from KLM, preparing itself to take off here. Ooh, nice. Sander Shinobi is treating himself to some bitter balls. As it happens, me and Lisa yesterday had some snacks as well. Vegan bitter balls. They were tasting really good, based on mushroom, I think, type of mushroom. You wouldn't say it was vegan if you tasted it and didn't know. The only thing that they didn't serve in Belgium along with the bitter balls is, of course, the mustard. That would have been the icing, the savory icing on the cake. Cargolux up next, or at least up pretty soon. First, this A321neo. Oh! Ducks doing evasive maneuvers. Always stay in the vicinity of your wingman. They've watched Top Gun, that's for sure. Here we need to be. Next up, Air Arabia Morocco. Going to Tangier in Morocco in the north of
Africa.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly, Davy. Undoubtedly. Though here in the Netherlands, it is almost, it's almost always standard, a standard condiment to get with bitterballs, with kroketten, and other snacks. Either way, without the mustard too, it was still very good. Got the brand, so next time I'm going to the wholesale, I'll have a look and see if they also sell them over here. I think they probably will. But if you want to have deep fried snacks, you really need to have access to a wholesale here in the Netherlands, because in supermarkets it's all air fryer retail shit, which is all well and good. I mean, if you want to pretend that you're being more healthy by having pre-fried snacks and put it in an oven, perfectly fine. We're waiting for Delta Airlines flight 163 to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The earlier flight, 161, was an A350. This, once again, is going to be an A330-300, but that's okay. We at least got to see one Delta A350 again in the show this morning, and I'm very thrilled with that, because where there's one, more will follow, undoubtedly. Mark my words. We'll start seeing more A350s again regularly. And if it's not Delta, then at some point it is going to be KLM. In the meantime, a BizJet taking off from runway 22. Adi says, go find a good butcher for bitterballen. If you're not a vegetarian, that is a good option. However, that will not work for me. Cargolux 747 inbound 27 number 3. Thanks for the heads up, Wolfgang. Check. Means we'll go scan for that 74 right after this. Delta Airlines flight 163. Alright, let's see. Is that Cargolux already? Don't think it is. No, we need to look further back. How far ahead? There it is. Gear still up. But now extending. Or no. The heatwave distortion for a moment made it seem as if the gear was coming out already. But now it's coming out. There you go. Cargolux inbound for runway 27. Cargolux outbound for runway 24, having been pushed back and initiating its taxi pretty soon. Shamrock flight 605 to Dublin, Ireland, an A321neo taking off in the meantime. Well, over here in the Netherlands, Davey, it's a different story. In the supermarkets, we only have, well, we do have some fries that you can, some snacks that you can fry, but a lot of the varieties are air fryer these days. If you want to find snacks that you really need to deep fry, most of them you can, most that you can also find in a snack bar, you need to go to a wholesaler for. Now in Belgium, you guys are lucky that a lot of the supermarkets are also selling wholesale quantities and have a lot more varieties in store than we do. All right, up next, Delta to Atlanta, Georgia. KLM Flight 651 will be next, and I think the 747 to Luxembourg will be next after that. Mad Onion 6 is watching from Antwerp. More Belgians in the house. Welcome one and all. You're still watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and we're here at the Kaagbaan, where KLM Flight 651 is rolling. A330 to Washington, and Cargo Lux will be next after that. Cargo Lux to Luxembourg. Undoubtedly not very heavily loaded. Will make its rotation pretty soon already. Cargo Lux to Luxembourg. No flight number, but just a call sign. 81 Tango is lined up right now. Another 747 taking off from the Kaagbaan. The Lima X-Ray Kilo Charlie Lima. 18 years old already. First flight February 2008. Is that it? Think that might be it. It's begun to move. Here we go. Oh no, that's a different airplane. I'm wrong. Boom. That's what I was pointing the camera to initially. Air China Cargo 777 arriving here on the scene. I was already wondering why I couldn't see the engines. It should have 4 on the outside of the wing as well. Should have been able to see it. Scale comparison. Excavator in the foreground, triple behind it. Mind you, there's probably still a big bit of distance between the two. Let's see, it's 1:36 right now. EasyJet to Funchal, Madeira is next, an A320neo. There it is already, Austrian registered. The OELSJ. KLM Embraer 190 to Hanover, B8 to London Heathrow, and then a 777 to Willemstad Curaçao. All right. Let's see. Hey, Cargolux 747 arriving from Nairobi. What's it doing over there? I'm wondering. Now, in the meantime, more departures. KLM Embraer 190 in the SkyTeam livery that was. Next is going to be KLM Flight 735, a 777-300 to Willemstad Curaçao, the Papa Hotel Bravo Victor Golf. That's 13 years old, so the BVR 9 years old if I recall correctly. The G 13 and the B was 18 years old. Right, the triple is moving, here it is. And the Cargolux 747 is arriving on the scene over here. When will it cross the runway? Probably after the BA. Hello Cargolux, my old friend. Have a look who has arrived here. We saw it as it was approaching runway 27 in the background. Now, looking off flight radar, there's not much more going on. BA is lined up. We have a KLM to Catania that's pinging right now. Think Cargolux will have to wait until BA has taken off, which will be happening in a moment from now. Think BA has begun to move. BA flight 433 on its way to London Heathrow. London, you might be wondering. Yes, London.
You know, fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
And already airborne before it cleared on the left of the sand dune. Golf Echo Uniform Yankee Lima. Guyul, 14 years old. First flight May 2011. There's another KLM 737 to Bucharest lined up. And that's why this 747 is still waiting. The 737 is rolling and taking off. And the 747 has begun to move. I think after this airplane has crossed the runway, it is time for me to wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. God damn it, I thought I disengaged the auto updates. No, I have a MacBook. Wrong button. Yeah, you're right, Gary. This is where the other stream ended, frozen in time, but not today. This will be a manual closure of the stream. I am going to wrap up though. That is coincidental, but it's always nice to end on a queen. For now, I am going to wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. I had a wonderful time here. Hope you guys also enjoyed it. I am going to wrap up now. Thank you so much for enjoying the show with me here today. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out if you did enjoy the show and you want to help the channel grow. I should be back again on Thursday, weather permitting. The weather should be good, so I'm looking forward to doing a few more streams again next week. A big thanks for all the support, for all the likes, for the super chats, the super stickers, the people who became a member themselves, and for the gifted memberships. Also a big thanks once again to the moderators for keeping the chat friendly and accessible. You guys are what makes this channel so great. Thank you all so much for joining me here, and I hope to see you again on Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay healthy. Bye for now, guys. See you soon.